Hello, and welcome to a 15-minute exclusive look at some of Canada's unique incentive experiences. My name is Jennifer Anderson, Director of Incentive Travel with Destination Canada, and I'm looking forward to sharing some teasers of product we have within our country today. For those of you who are familiar with Canada or have had the opportunity to visit or host a program here, I'm sure that I can speak to all of you in reaffirming how truly beautiful our country is. Our experiences complement the destination, and there's such an abundance of extraordinary inventory ranging from sipping champagne at the peak of Gross Mountain, ice sculpting at the legendary Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise, polar bear safari on the Hudson Bay, transporting back in time to the streets of historic Quebec City, or having an iceberg cocktail in Newfoundland, which, yes, it does mean that the ice in your old fashioned is foraged from a 10,000-year-old iceberg. Yes. Our pan-Canadian incentive experiences have been curated into our Canadian Signature Incentive Experiences collection, which highlights 5 key elements: adventure, taste, culture, heritage, and wellness. Something for every demographic, every sector and industry, and in every region. I'm very excited today to share the stage with 3 amazing Canadian DMC partners. Bronwyn Slade, Director of Sales with Pacific Destination Services, Matt Coyne, President of Cantrav, and Michelle Kenny, General Manager of Canadian Tours International. Bronwyn, Matt, and Michelle will take you on a journey to highlight some exclusive bespoke incentive experiences that they curated for some very special clients. Today, this rockstar panel will share some experiences around wellness, culture and heritage, and adventure, which hopefully will entice you in learning more about what we have to offer. So today we're going to start our journey in British Columbia on a journey of wellness. Bronwyn, over to you.
Thanks, Jen. I'd like you all to take a deep breath and imagine you are standing among these majestic trees in Stanley Park. This 1,000-acre park is surrounded by the Pacific Ocean and nestled on the edge of downtown Vancouver, minutes from your hotel, yet worlds away with respect to the peace and rejuvenation it provides. If these trees could talk, it's no surprise that time in nature improves our mental performance and creativity. One study of a group of Outward Bound participants found they performed 50% better on creative problem-solving tasks after 3 days of wilderness backpacking. While most corporate or incentive attendees do not have that kind of time, it's encouraging to know the Association of Forest and Nature Therapy believes that the techniques of forest therapy taught by their guides can produce similar effects in 3 hours. More than just a walk in the woods, your attendees will enjoy an enriched cultural outdoor experience on foot in Vancouver's Stanley Park. Guided by a certified forest therapy expert from the Seashell Nation, they'll learn how every plant, every tree has a purpose for Indigenous peoples in the form of food, shelter, clothing, and medicine. Traditional Indigenous tea will be served as your guests bask in the beauty of the surrounding forest. Who wants to feel happier, healthier, and more productive? Me. In your program, consider including an off the beaten path, introspective experience. In the quiet of the dawn, as the sun rises over Whistler and Blackcomb Mountains. This is Rainbow. She's an approachable local medicine woman with a kind soul and spiritual presence. You'll instantly feel at ease working with her as your guide through this experience. Even people who otherwise wouldn't typically do these kinds of things can be awakened if they allow themselves to fully participate. Rainbow will ask you to look inward and release thoughts and feelings that hold you back from living your best life. This experience, while emotional, is deeply impactful when accompanied by a drum medicine ceremony and a symbolic river release. And the river release is, she asks you to find, a twig or a branch and something that speaks to you. and setting an intention on that, walking to the river and letting it go while she's drumming. It's a very powerful experience, and one that tears can flow on this one, but it's all good. And then while the other experience is focused on healing us on the inside, this bespoke experience, this tour helps people look and feel beautiful on the outside. Our team at PDS will custom create your unique excursion, including a visit to the shores of Souk on Vancouver Island, BC at low tide. Guests will don rubber boots, walk in the tidal pools, and learn about the precious qualities and benefits of seaweed. They'll forage along the beach and then enjoy a behind the scenes tour at the plant where Sea Flora, a certified organic seaweed skincare, is produced. Guests can try and buy products right at the source, which I always love. As hotels such as Fairmont Empress and other high-end properties on Vancouver Island carry this product line. A great tie-in is booking a spa experience post-tour. Sign me up.
Matt, I believe we're staying in BC, and over to you.
Thanks, Jennifer. As Jennifer noted, signature experiences across Canada are themed in a variety of things, and this, of course, is adventure, and this particular program had it in spades. The BC Epic Drive program was a 6-day, 6-night program that logged over 1,100 kilometers or near 685 miles that snaked throughout Southwest British Columbia. So again, indeed, it was filled with adventure, but more importantly, it gave a more intimate look into British Columbia and the experiences that we can offer. Now, I share this program with you for a couple of reasons. One, as we look to programming post-COVID, this naturally lends itself to a physically distant experience, but not without compromising the social connection and the overall engagement. And really, that was the primary objective for our client. Our client wanted us to help elevate its brand and increase its brand connection among its consumers and also within its consumers. So it really was about trying to establish a sense of community within them. And how could we actually deliver this through our destination experiences? How could we showcase the technical performance of the vehicle, offer a thrilling, an epic road trip, but again, also establishing that brand essence. And that's really where it all started. For us, it was more about the vehicle, not just on the inside, but the outside. It was about the finer details, capturing the unexpected, capturing the wonder. How do we look at that service delivery that can exude that notion of performance, but again, establishing that greater connection with the brand. So for Cantrav, this all started with the iconic highway that connects Vancouver to Whistler, Highway 99, or what's known commonly as the Sea to Sky Highway. So that was our anchor element. But when we start thinking about our own personal experiences with British Columbia, what we're proud of and what we remember from our own family vacations or those epic road trips that we've taken, how could we ignore the highways driving through these lush rainforests on Vancouver Island, or the rolling hills of British Columbia's wine region in the Okanagan? So those are all things that we wanted to capture, and that's how we were able to introduce float planes, helicopters, private race tracks, and private wine experiences. So for us, it was really about hitting all those physical requirements of the program, but again, capturing the essence of our community, capturing the essence and the intrinsic value of this program. So as we look to provide more authentic experiences for our incentive programs, I think what's critically important is that engagement with community and ensuring that our community not only understands the value of the programs that we're involved in, but what are we doing as DMCs and event agencies? What are we doing to engage in our community? And how can we invest in our community so that when our clients experience our destination, we're able to leave our community with them. So as we look to go beyond the traditional, and especially as we look to post-pandemic, when we're so starved for personal connection and intimacy, and how are we trying to close that gap from that physical distancing that we've all experienced? What are we doing to engage our community to support us in these efforts? And I think a perfect example for this was we actually, in fact, had a local British Columbian attend this particular program. And for us, that was our North Star. That was that sort of inspiration in terms of how can we actually deliver an experience for this local that offered a little more insight, that left him a little more curious, that left him with a sense of wonder or this notion of something that's unexpected. How can we leave him with a sense of pride in our destination, a sense of belonging? And again, as we look to help deliver on these programs, and again, as we look to move beyond the traditional, what are we doing to, again, engage in our community so that we can deliver that more personal experience, that more intimate experience from our destination? And so for us, that was a real testament. And again, as we look to post-COVID and again, trying to re-engage, how do we leverage our own community, leverage our destination assets so that we can, in fact, help our clients build their own community? So with that, I appreciate this opportunity to offer a small insight and shed a little bit of light into this particular program that was filled with adventure, but more importantly, was filled with personal connection and engagement and a real sense of camaraderie among our participants, leaving them inspired with that destination experience, and that leaving them with a greater connection to us, not only as a destination, but to us as a community. So thanks very much.
Thanks, Matt. What a different type of program, which is unique, but also has a very strong focus on camaraderie. And now we're bringing you over to the East Coast, and Michelle will share her program on the exclusive yet beautiful Fogo Island. Michelle?
Thanks, Jen. Introducing Fogo Island, a magical place where you step back in time. This place of heritage, it touches your soul like no other place on earth. You have arrived at Fogo Island, Newfoundland, a place of 7 seasons. With long maritime history, our group of 26 Germans arrived for their incentive. The theme of this incentive was to explore and to live inspiring experiences, to escape the noise and begin their heritage and adventure tour. Their adventure began off the beaten track with a snowmobile tour, ending back at the hotel with a traditional meal, joining local people around a bonfire as they shared the history and culture through story and song. Ended the evening with magical night sky by stargazing. The next day, the guests felt like a local. Immersed in this rich culture and heritage, they began an introduction to building a boat, to get an understanding of this island's past and present. As they stepped on the frozen ice, the smell of fresh air, the guests were packed in mittens and snow pants. The holes are bored in the pond. They are ready to ice fish. As they watched the sparkling ice move and breathe with the current, as this is the only place in the world where people live in moving ice. By now, the heritage of this island has become part of our guests, as they feel how the world around them is changing into something new. Surrounded by ice, yet Fogo Island has a place of making you feel warm all over. Back to the hotel, cozying up by the wood stove. After a full day of outdoor adventure, dinner is served. They are ready to taste dishes that are grounded in this place. Ingredients that find their way onto the guest plate are those that are fished, farmed, and foraged right on this island. The first dish arrives, salt cod and shaved turnips. They immerse themselves in the aromas, taking them to the very heart of the flavors of this island, followed by the freshest crab dish, as stated by our guest. It is time for an evening nightcap at the bar, a lively space to gather and reminisce about their encounters of the past few days. They never expected Fogo Island to awaken a place in their heart and soul. It is time to say goodbye to Fogo. The feedback from our clients, lasting memories with a big wow from one guest, the warm hospitality another guest, magical place. And the positive comments are endless. Their spirit was awakened by the adventure and heritage of this island. They left with new relationships made with people of this place. What made this program more unique than previous incentives from the guest point of view was the people of this island, a place out of time, yet a gentle world of bright colored houses, lush forests, and warm hospitality. We all know this saying from Kevin Costner movie, Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. Here they have built an iconic modern structure with 29 rooms. The culinary is forward thinking with contemporary cuisine expressed through nature and culture. We look forward to seeing you there.
Thanks, Michelle. I think Fogo is such a true testament to our culture and the principles of sustainability and respect for nature and culture. Additionally, 100% of their operating surpluses are reinvested back into the community. Not only beautiful and serene, but they are helping build a resilient future for the island. Thanks again to all of you today, and I wish we had more time to really dissect more programs you posted, and I'm sure the viewers today would definitely love to hear more. Now, if I could ask the three of you to leave the audience with 3 words that you feel best describe Canada. Bronwyn?
I think if you visit Canada, you're going to feel enriched.
Thanks, Bronwyn. And Matt?
You visit Canada, I think you're going to feel wonder.
Thanks, Brent. And Michelle?
I think if you visit Canada, or when you do visit Canada, you're going to see the diversity.
Thank you. And thank you to you all, and thank you for watching.